I change clothes like my hoes. I love designer, and I change my flows like who knows. I want the commas, many Hondas.
Allow me to preface this whole video by asking a question. Does one not get the new 2K because it's completely like the last 2K? Or does one not get the new Madden because it's a lot like last year's Madden? No. So therefore, Nuns, Cross, Boruto, Naruto connections is not a waste of money. However, it is a waste of time, and this video will explain how. So watch to the end, stick around, like and subscribe, share with a friend, because we're taking a deep dive on this one, guys. You guys are really gonna like this video. So I only played about 17 or 18 hours of this game before making this video. I wanted to at least get a little bit of gameplay under my belt before I just hopped on here and made a video and I had all these angry commenters, because my commenters are my biggest critics sometimes. So I had to make sure I at least knew a little bit about the game and the nuances between the last version and this version before I just started, you know, making a rant and everyone came and crucified me in the comments. However, just to understand my background, I'm an avid Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm player. I've been playing since, I want to say, the second one, definitely Full Burst and definitely Generations. I remember those ones very well. Those are some of my most favorite versions of the game. So I definitely know what I'm saying, what I'm talking about when I talk about the game. So I have the right to speak about it. However, we're going to break things down piece by piece, talking about each game mode. That'd be free battle, online battle, special story, and history mode. So we're going to talk about each of them, and I'm going to give a breakdown on what makes the game different as well as better and worse. For starters, I'll be realistic with you guys. I don't know if it's a bias or a nostalgia thing, but I think we were playing Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 for about 7 years. Someone get me right in the comments, or it was a long time before they made a new version. Basically what they did were they just continued to update the game, which was fine. You know, with newer Gen 5 games or Gen 4 games, PS4 and PS5 alike, we were all right with updates. You know what I mean? You could add a couple characters there, a DLC here, and everyone was fine. Everyone was appeased. But when you create a new game, a lot of people are ready for a lot of better features. So you better deliver or we will be angry at you. And I gotta say this right now, CyberConnect, we are very, very, very angry right now. There are so many things that they changed about the game that I'm not going to be able to mention them all because they're just so little that I probably am not thinking about them at the top of my head, but I'll try to get to as many things that stood out to me as much as possible. So the tilt attack is gone. That's one of the first things I noticed, and that was one of my favorite things to learn because a lot of people didn't know how to tilt, and if you did know how to tilt, it kind of made it cool. So the tilt was replaced with a second jutsu, which is great. I actually love the second jutsu. However, I feel like they could have left the tilt and every character now would have had 3 jutsus, which would have gave a huge amount of variety. My roommate that I played Nuns with a lot actually commented that he feels like they just kind of copy and pasted the game and then added a couple tweaks here and there. And I gotta say, guys, I kind of agree, because the first thing you do once you open up the title screen, you watch the whole movie, the cutscene movie at the beginning. And even though it's a completely different movie, it kind of feels eerily like the first one and a lot like all of them. And I'm just like, all right, they didn't really do anything different. Like they could have changed it. You know what I mean? They like changed the music slightly, changed the scenes a little bit. And then I'm gonna get to another issue that I really didn't like about this. So for the fact that this is Boruto's first game, technically, I mean, he's still sharing the screenplay with Naruto. I believe that CyberConnect has to choose. Are they going to continue spearheading Naruto as one of the main characters in the game, or are they gonna just completely go with Boruto? I believe this is also another issue that Dragon Ball Z had, where it was like they were trying to transition into Gohan being the main character, but because Goku's sales and his popularity were so high, they were never really able to just completely let go of the Goku narrative. And I believe that Naruto and Boruto, they're having this issue right now because everyone wants to transition into Boruto, but it's like Naruto is really what sells, so they're continuing to stick with that. Because this is another issue that arose as I saw within the game. First thing I noticed, all the characters were literally Naruto characters. They did not change anything. Now, and also the character selection screen is gonna get a lot of you pissed off because it reminds me a lot of DBZ Tenkaichi, where you would have one character iterated 4 or 5 times. Like you might have Naruto, Sage of Six Paths, and then like a different transformation, but a different Naruto. Like basically in the old game, you would press L2 or R2 to change between the different Narutos. Now it's just a completely different character, which is just a waste of space. Like literally finding characters characters takes forever. Like, you're like, oh, where's the character that I want? There he goes, young Gaara, young Naruto. Like, it's so dumb. Like, oh, young Naruto part 1, young Naruto part 2. It's like, why did they do it this way? I do not know. Now, another main problem with the game was they made the game a lot easier. They added this simple structure thing where basically it fights for you. I guess a lot of people complained the game was too hard, which is crazy because literally there is no difficulty meter in the game. There's no way to change difficulty. That's what ruins story mode, guys. I'm sorry to spoil that for you guys, but story mode is so bad because if you're an experienced player, the story mode is so easy that literally it feels like no fun at all. Like, it's so easy, it's not even fun. Like, the AI literally like dances and dodges around you and avoids you the whole time. The most it might do is block or guard. It doesn't even fight you back. So that way, how can I get better if the story mode is not hard? Like, and does not prepare you for online at all. But we'll get to that in the later part of the video. If you've enjoyed it so far, you like Nuns, the game, and the whole franchise, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. Definitely subscribe and share this with a friend, because this is a full breakdown, really understanding the game. Certain parts of the special story can get fun as well as the history, but as an avid Naruto player, if you're not S ranking, then you suck, bro. Like, you better be S ranking everything. And I'm not gonna lie, I definitely got a couple A's and some B's, you know, just goofing around, but it should be S rank everything. Now, let me give you a couple of my most insane battles that I enjoyed the most. The Madara versus Hashirama battle, I believe it's chapter 7, Birth of a Village, is insane. Like, they really pull out all the stops for that. Graphics, fire. Full of explosions. The battle is pretty good. Kakashi versus Naruto and Sakura when they return from their training arc, I think it's after the time skip arc, is very cool as well. And then Sasuke and Itachi versus Kabuto, chapter 6, Brothers United, is very fire. I think you guys should check those out because those were like some of the battles that really stood out to me the most. Other than that, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't play the whole history mode. It got kind of boring, and this is another issue that I'll get to right now. So every Nuns player always complained that the best Nuns was actually, you guessed it, the first Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm, because it was open world in a sense. You can move and travel around and interact with players and characters, and we always complained, why did they never bring that back? And I don't know why they didn't, but honestly, I feel like for Special Story they could have done that, because Special Story, yeah, the story gets good at first, but it's just crazy that you're literally just clicking through slides until you fight. It's like you click, and the pace is very slow, so you're just clicking, trying to wait for the fight. Because honestly, let's be real, we're here for the action, we're not here for the story mode. Like, if I really wanted the story, I would watch Boruto, and I don't even watch Boruto, so you thought I would come here to watch Boruto? But if it was interactive where I could walk around and move around, which I'm pretty sure Nuns 1 and 2 were at least a little bit interactive where you walked to certain places, it makes you have to keep up with the story. But this one, I feel like I have no other choice but to just skip through everything. You know what I'm saying? A couple other things that I noticed about the game were, so the support items that you use throughout the fight, they reload, which is, you know, makes it too easy. Back in the day when you ran out, that was it. Like, you did not get it back for another couple rounds. Now, let me know in the comments how you feel about this one that they changed. Basically, in a bout of 3 fights, when you lose the first round, everyone's health resets and you fight again. I kind of like it because it kind of makes everything on an even playing field. But back then in the old Naruto's, if you lost any health, that's where you started at. Only the loser got a full health bar again. So it was kind of helpful because then you knew, like, all right, I can maybe beat him in this whole round if I preserve my health, or if not. But this one is just, I think it makes it, yeah, they made things, this is the only where I'll say they made things a little bit more even, but I don't know if I necessarily like that. And then another thing that makes this game, I would say this is the only thing that actually makes the game harder. When those 4 subs run out, boy, do they run out. And if you do not preserve those subs, like, you basically lost that round. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's weird. Like, the pacing of the battle is completely different. Like, honestly, I'll be honest with you guys. This is why it's not a waste of money, because it's really a different game. Like, they change things. So they change the little things. When you change a lot of little things, it makes a lot of big changes to the point where the game is different. Like, the whole battle is different. Like, you can get hit with an ultimate attack with a little bit of health and still survive. You can not get your subs back for so long and really take a lot of damage. And then one of the biggest changes that I saw were combos can actually be strung. Like, you can hit someone directly into a combo. You don't have to stop pressing the button. You can just directly go into a combo. If you play Nuns, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But it's weird because you can hit someone and they can be felled, hit the ground, and you can continue strike them with a combo. Now, if you have no subs, that's a little crazy, because the no subs, if you get hit and you fall down, that's supposed to be your time to, you know, recuperate and maybe get back and, you know, maybe guard and save yourself in some sense. But you can't do that now if you can just string combos indefinitely. Another issue is the chakra dash takes out a lot less chakra when you do it. So I can probably chakra dash 6 to 7, 8 times. I really didn't count, but that allows for a lot of stringing of combos. And you know what happens when you run out of subs and someone has a full chakra bar. He can really just get at you, really rush you. and it's just not fun that way. I don't know. The game is a little different. I'm eager to master this one as well, and that's what brings me to our last thing I'm going to talk about, which is the online battle mode. So some of my biggest issues are you can't choose your characters anymore. You have to have presets pre-selected and pre-created, which was like before they gave you the option. Now you don't even have the option. Another thing is there's no more numbers in rank, so it's kind of hard to tell what someone is. You kind of just know, oh, he's a Chunin general. I guess you can like go to like, maybe there's like a guidebook where you know what the ranks are, but it's like, why take it out? Like they took out a lot of things where I'm like, there was no reason to take it out though. Don't take things out for the sake of making a game different. Different doesn't always mean better, and that's what was my issue with it. So now, I mean, I haven't won a battle. Yeah, I just finished getting my ass kicked before I made this video, but I mean, the ranks are kind of dumb. The online matches, like before you could just jump into one in Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, but now it's kind of like, oh, you gotta wait, you gotta choose your team first. You know, I don't know, I never know who I want to use. I might want to use someone different. And there's also no single player at all. There's no single player, even in player match. You can't do just one player, you have to do team match. And I really just didn't appreciate that. Like, I just feel like a lot of the choice has been taken away from us. Like, of all the things, why can I choose my difficulty in the whole game? That's very dumb. But now let me give you to the bright side on why it may be a waste of time, but it's not a waste of money. It's not a waste of money because, guys, you gotta understand, these games have updates. Like, they can fix things. I'm hoping this video reaches somebody. Share this with a friend. Share this with CyberConnect too if you can, and they can make updates. They don't have to make the same mistakes they made with Demon Slayer, because that game, I'm pretty sure, flopped because they didn't really fix the issues that we had. But they can make a lot of updates, you know, and that's why, like, I'm optimistic for this game. They're gonna add characters, they might add maps, they can add a whole new story mode. There's so many things they can add. Like, imagine this game as being a beta. Like, we still have a lot that we can do. Now, it is a waste of time because at the end of the day, like, we already play video games, and the story mode is kind of dumb. Special story is kind of stupid too. I'm sorry, no offense. So if you really wanted to, you could just skip through the whole game and just, you know, play online. But it's like, at that point, I wonder how many people are still on Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. I'm not really too sure. I'm sure some people still play it being stubborn, but at the end of the day, guys, you're gonna have to come over at some point, guys, because this is the newest game, and that's just how things are. Oh, one last thing I forgot to mention, they also removed elemental damage buffs. I'm not sure if I mentioned that, and I'm not sure if that's true, but I saw a post on Reddit that they're not there anymore, so someone get me right on that if not. But that was my analysis. What do you think? Like and subscribe. Definitely leave a comment on what you think about the game. I'm also on PS5 as well, so if you ever want to run with me online, you can definitely add me and run with me. Just, you know, comment your username at any point, and who knows, we can get a game going. Might even get a little Telegram channel going if you guys want to play the games with me, because this is also a gaming channel. I kind of stopped making the gaming content because I like the anime content better and it was blowing better. But let me know if you guys want me to do some comments on some games. We can definitely get into that as well. But before you go, remember to share with a friend, like and subscribe, and as always, find your Zen, your final form. I'll catch you in the next video, guys.
And I change clothes like my hoes. I love designer, and I change my flows like who knows. I want the commas, many Hondas.